Good morning, my name is Simon Pardnick and I'm currently restoring Mai Star II as well as my James Silver Western Isles charms. Now here's a little bit of potted history about Mai Star II. She originally started life as Gadfly II and was owned by a potato merchant in Margate in Kent. He had 3 gadflies built. Number 1, Gadfly Jack, my boat Gadfly II, and also Gadfly III. Presently, Gadfly 1 or Gadfly Jack is currently being restored in Cornwall. Mine is being restored in Walton-on-the-Naze, and Gadfly 3 is currently in a lot better condition than both 1 and 2, and is in a wet dock in Holland, where the owner keeps her under cover when he's not sailing there. The big difference between all 3 is 22 feet is mine, Gadfly Jack is 26 and Gadfly 3 is 30, and 30 has a centre plate unlike 1 and 2, which are long keel boats. Mine was originally built in 1939 but was halted due to the Second World War and was put under cover and stored in Rigdon and Perkins Yard down in Kent for the duration of war. She was eventually put back in the shed and finished off in 1946 and launched that year. She then had 7 subsequent owners until I found her in a back garden in Middlesex at Sunbury. At this time she was in a worse state than when I have now presently got her in, but I saw there was potential in putting her back together again and getting her afloat. I did so about 12 years ago. I did get her back into a reasonable condition to sail and did sail it for about 2 or 3 years. Then jobs got in the way and she was hauled out of the water and laid up. Then a year ago I started to do what I'd always intended to do, and that is to do a major refit on her and take her back to her shell. Take the decks off, the cabin sides off, the cabin roof off, take the carlins out, the deck beams out, and any rotten planks, frames and ribs. At the moment I'm down, as you can see in other videos, she is now back to her bare bones and in a very poor condition. However, over the next few months, this winter and into next year, I will be starting to put her back together again with fresh timber, oak frames, ribs, larch planking, put a deck back on her again, which will be marine ply. This will then be sheathed to make sure it's sealed, put the hatches back where they were originally, put the tow rails back on, maybe put a new transmitter, depending on how bad the transmitter is and if it can be saved or not. But apart from that, there's not a lot wrong with Mai Star II, apart from a lot of TLC and hard work that will need to be done over the next few months and possibly a year before she's back in a sailing condition. But in the meantime, it's getting to get onto her in a major way over the next few weeks to try and put the ribs back in and the frame back in where they're needed, and then put the top planks on, and maybe have to replace a knee or 2 in the forepeak area, which are full of woodworm. I suspect it was woodworm from when she was first built, from the lumber that she was built with, had some woodworm in then, but when you take the deck off and when you took the planks out, there was no worm in the planks, dust in the wood, which was the knees. So I suspect it was dead before it was actually put in the boat. But actually when I took the frame out of the boat, the same problem was there. It had woodworm in part of the wood in that. So they must have used some bad timber when building her, because there's only just these 2 areas of the boat that's got rot in it and also woodworm. So this is what I've got to do over the next few weeks, is take the planks out, or the planks are off, take the ribs out, the frames out which are affected, put new wood in, treat the area where the worm was to ensure there's no more worm going to get back in, and then carry on from there. And I'm in a very similar position to Nick, who's doing idler, in that we've got family commitments, which means we can't always be on the boat all the time. So there may be a few weeks between videos, but I will try to keep you updated as much as possible over the next few weeks and months as we progress on repairing Gadfly II, subsequently called Mai Star II. Thanks very much for watching, and like and subscribe this video, and also you can go to my Patreon page as well for both this boat and for Chance.